All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. As I told you guys on the main channel, Currency 365, we're going to continue with the Iraq video today on the backup channel. Okay, so let's get started and let's continue. I'm going to also continue with what you guys had to say on Facebook as well. So let's get started here. Deputy says that Abadi will present important files in New York from the door of power and the victorious leaders. Okay, basically meaning that he's going to present files and he's going to do a speech to world leaders. That's basically what it's saying. Okay, and what is in those files, we really don't know. I'm pretty sure the main topics are going to be okay, I'm back. I accidentally hit the wrong button, but anyways, I'm pretty sure the three main files are going to be or whatever, how many files he has is going to be, of course, the liberation, the reconstruction, the referendums, doing things peacefully in dialogue and economic reforms and things of that nature. So I'm pretty sure those are going to be in those files. And yeah, we shall see what he says when he's in New York. He should be there Monday morning. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go to the next one. It says Central Bank of Iraq ongoing studies to draw the new economic policy for the country. Okay, so they're doing the ongoing studies is what they call it, but we already know that there is really no studies because Iraq wanted to do this early in early 2017. So how could there still be studies? There isn't any studies. Okay, so there's no studies. It's only timing. And we hope and believe that they have the timing that they want. And you can see here, it says that the bank has several initiatives, including lending the bank's $6 trillion to strengthen the liquidity. Now, $6 trillion, we believe that is the 5 to 6 billion IQD lower notes. Okay, I don't, that's what I think it is. I don't know, might not be, but it could be the lower notes that they're lending to the banks. Okay, at 1-to-1. Well, it wouldn't be $6 trillion, but it would be. They're pricing it at what is that right now? But if it was, let's say it was 6 billion IQD lower notes, right, at 1-to-1, then it wouldn't be 6 trillion, it would be dollars, it would be $6 billion, right? So I don't know. I'm thinking if they're going to be lending the banks anything, it's the lower notes to kickstart the economy. Because here's the thing that they say. They said here that they're trying to solve the problem of the of liquidity, so it could provide the liquidity as well. And of course, the bonds as well, the issuing of the bonds as well. And they did a good job with the international bonds and the national bonds. And I'm pretty sure they have more bonds they want to do, but they have to wait until they go international to do the other bonds as well. Because the other bonds were testing bonds for them getting ready for the international stage. Barzani's family controls the banks of Kurdistan and monopolizes its oil and wealth. Yes, they do. There's no, sir. I don't think that's surprising there. Okay. Let's see what it says here. It says international alliance or dialogue with Abadi and Barzani continues. Okay. And we also need to see the start of the operation of Hawaji or Hawaja. We haven't seen that yet. Hakeem did talk about that, and he was talking about that we should see the entry forces into Hawaji to liberate it here very shortly. So, and now of course Abadi is blaming the Peshmerga forces and the Kurdistan region of why he has delayed Hawaji, and he probably wants to delay it even longer because the Kurdistan region want to go independent. Security Council votes to help Iraq. Okay, now this is the United Nations Security Council as finalizing the wording of a resolution authorizing UN investigators to help Iraq gather evidence to try sympathetic elements and diplomats at the UN Security Council. Okay. Referendum and reconstruction in the bag. Abadi to Washington. Okay. Let's see. The three presidencies and leaders of political blocs meet in Baghdad. Okay. Now these guys usually don't get together, all three of them, a lot, but right now, they're talking about the referendums and meeting with a bunch of people about the chaos. Now, of course, that was last night. Abadi is now on his way to New York, as you guys already know, and we already talked about that. Let's see if there's anything else. Iraqi Trade Bank opens a new branch in Babylon Mall. Okay, I think that's the new mall, isn't it? We already talked about that. Okay, so let's go here. Let me stop it there. Let's go over here. And it says Iraq ranks first in global money laundering operations. So even with all the changes in their banking and stuff like that, they still rank number one. They're still ranked number one in the Basel Institute of Governance in the 6th annual edition of the most dangerous country. Okay, so in the field of money laundering, so Iraq's still number one. I think next year they won't be number one. I think because of all the things that they have put into place this year, I don't think they'll be number one next year. I think they'll probably be number 10 or something like that. I think they're gonna come off that number one spot because of all the new banking stuff they've done. This is a large screen in the Parliament building. Why? Okay. So the screen will be for the purpose of announcing the results of the upcoming elections and placed at the entrance of the House of Representatives. Okay, now the local elections have been delayed. Okay, they were supposed to start already, and they if you watch the main channel video, that's going to be out the same time as this one, you will see that the elections have been postponed. Okay, the local elections have been postponed. Don't know the new date. Barzani draws the most serious charge to Baghdad. Okay. It says there's a plan to in Baghdad to destabilize the situation in the Kurdistan region. And we already talked about that one on the main channel. Okay, about the mobile phones. So let's go over here and let's see what you guys let's continue what you guys had to say from the earlier video I did on the main channel. Okay, so we stopped off here at Eric. So Eric had a quote here, replace or no replace. At the end of the day, this is about Abadi having his, I'm not going to say that word there, and anybody else is irrelevant anyways. They both have their marching orders. I see no indication besides their fake news that any of this is real. The same way you wasn't going for the Mosul map fiasco, that song that played at the end of the NCAA Final Four by Teddy Pendergrass. This is Abadi's one shining moment. Abadi versus Barzani, the new superpowers. Oh Lord. And then Muhammad has here, finance staff salaries are secured next year. That's good. And then it says here that an urgent Iranian exterior Kurdistan referendum is like a disaster pushing towards dividing the countries of the region. Okay, and that's coming from Iran. So, and I know you guys can't see that. I could barely see that as well, but and we're gonna have to click on this one because this one's way too. It says Turkey Erdogan to discuss northern Iraq vote with Prime Minister Abadi. Now remember, Turkey has ordered that they will use force on the Kurdistan region if they go through with the referendum. So let's see what it says here. I didn't have to click on it, but I want you guys to see it a lot better. Erdogan announces what in the world? Erdogan announces his will, Abadi in America and reveals the cause of the meeting. Now, of course, it's for the referendum. Gomez says, I wonder there are Kurds in Turkey and in neighbor countries, they don't want the Kurds to go independent because the Kurds faction in their respective countries will want to go the same way. I wonder if the heads of state will say, give the Kurds what they want, activate Article 140, Abadi. The pressure and the Kurds are giving might pay off. I hope they don't cave in unless there is a true agreement. And that's what we kept saying. We said unless they have a true agreement and that is backed by the international community, there's no reason why they turn off the September 25th election referendums, because who knows if they're going to even vote yes. Now, of course, majority of them will vote yes. I think it'll be 60-40. You know what I mean? If they did hold the referendum, because of the way that Iraq is just treating, the way they're being treated in Iraq, with no Article 140, no purchasing power, they barely get their oil revenue money from Baghdad. It's always late. They're 3 months behind on paying the farmers, or they haven't paid the farmers at all in some areas. So it's like enough is enough. We can take care of our own. It would take a while for them to actually go independent, though, because there's a lot of things they would have to do, to go independent. It's hard to run your own country, okay? So they would have a lot of things to do. It would take maybe a year to 3 years for them to truly go independent and be on their own, because they would have to put a lot of laws and regulations and all types of things in to do that. And it would be hard for them to go independent, in my opinion. You know what I mean? To actually do it. Now, to vote on it is one thing, but to actually do it and be successful is another thing. Okay, so staying with Baghdad would be a lot easier, but if Baghdad's not paying you and Baghdad is not respecting you, and it sucks, so they're stuck in the middle. I don't know what this is. It's for the university. It looks like the smart cards and stuff like that. Let's go down here and see what this is. It says Iran announces linking the power grid with Iraq in the next November. So this coming November, Iran will link their power grid with Iraq. Interesting. Abadi heads to New York. Okay. And says this week a meeting will be held to determine the budget from 2018 to 2020. Okay. So let's go over here and see what you guys had to say in the visitors postings. Okay. So Eric has breaking LBMA silver to be priced in Russian ruble and Chinese yuan. Interesting. Calvin says, give them what they deserve. Easy. Iraqi Kurdish session bid playing with fire, Abadi says. Here's a novel idea. Give the citizens purchasing power by raising the value of currency and drop the lower notes on the public via the ATMs and the banking. And it says the rest will fall into place. Without that, your studies are a big joke. And Greg is talking about the central bank on their ongoing studies to draw the economic policies. Now, their studies are over. Okay, we know that. We know that this is a big joke. The studies are over. They have them. They have the lower notes ready to go to the banks. If they're not in the banks already, they have the lower notes ready to go. They have the ATMs that are going to be putting in places that are going to be taking the 3-0 notes. They have all this stuff. They have Abadi just told us that they carried out the economic reform, but we haven't seen any signs of that publicly. On paper is one thing, but publicly we have not seen that. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. The only thing we have seen to show evidence of it is that the citizens are forced now to go to the banks to get their paychecks and no longer get their paychecks in cash. So that is a clear sign that something has changed. Okay, and then we also saw that the private banks and the regular banks have all gone through their training courses for international standards. So those are the things that we can see. But other than that, we haven't seen any type of. And we also saw the new regulations at the borders, which is a clear sign that something's about to happen. Okay, so when will it happen? We don't know, and that's the problem. And of course, the IMF calls for privatization of the Rafidian and Rashid banks. Now, I told you guys yesterday they have to launch the private sector for Rafidian and Rashid to actually become private, right? So to fully become private, they've done the work already. Now they have to launch the private sector. Let's go here and look at some cryptos, and we'll be done for the day. Both videos will be up at the same time, and including a crypto charts video as well. So 3 videos, so 2 on the main channel, 1 on here. And so you guys have a lot of videos to watch today. It's Sunday. Some of you ladies don't watch football and stuff like that. So I gave you guys a lot of videos today to be able to watch and catch up on a lot of the news. So there you go. Okay. Bitcoin's at 3. I said 13. One day it's going to be at 13,000, and that's probably going to be March 2018. We are watching that date. 3,663. Everything is up, so we don't have to really spend much time here. Everything is up. Watching Amiso go. I'm watching Amiso go. I'm watching OK Cash. I'm watching Cloak. Those are the 3 I'm really watching, and I'm also watching Digibyte for its next move up to run into its October 2nd event. So I am watching Digibyte. You can see there Digibyte's at 47. But the ones I'm really watching is OMG, Cloak Coin, and OK Cash. You can see they're both back here, and I'm watching them closely. OK. Cloak Coin, I told you guys if I see it at $8, I'm in. Okay, so right now it's at 988. I could get in right now at 988 and be okay because I have a target. I have a price target of $300 for Cloak Coin, so I wouldn't mind getting in now, but I'm gonna wait a little bit and see if I can get in at $8 because it is overbought on the charts. So I don't want to buy an overbought situation. OK Cash is at 65, and looks like it's about to break out some more here, but tomorrow. But right now it's down a little bit. If it comes back to 50 cents, I'm gonna grab it again. I'm gonna grab some OK Cash. I think that's it. Really, everything else is just neutral or a little bit green or whatever the case may be. Komodo's up 8%. That's probably one of the biggest ones. And Basic Attention up big today. It's been big up the last couple of days. It's just been up a lot. So, and of course, Litecoin sitting there at $50, 49.79. But 50 generally is about 50 something. Probably like 51 on Coinbase. So I'm waiting. Like I told you guys, I'm waiting for Litecoin to dip maybe one more time before it really starts to run again. So I'm waiting on that dip. It could be 45, it could be 43, it could be even 40, and then it makes this big run back to 90. So I'm waiting on that last dip. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it, but I am waiting on that to buy more Litecoin. Okay, so that is it. Bitcoin is going to head back to 5,000. That's a clear sign. You can see it on the chart that's where it's about to go. And Ethereum's going to go back to 400, and yeah, life's going to be good. And I think Bitcoin Cash is about to go to 700 here. So if you're looking for Bitcoin Cash here at 4s, might be a good time to pick up some Bitcoin Cash. I see 700 coming quickly. I did do the crypto charts video, so you guys can watch that as well. Okay, so that's it for me. I'm done for the day. Talk to you guys later. Eyes open. Like the video, subscribe, share. And I think we got over 4,000 subscribers on this channel, and we're about to hit 12,000 subscribers on the main channel. So combine both channels, we have 16,000 subscribers right now, on our way to 20,000 combined for both channels. So thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing and sharing and bringing your family and friends on for this crazy ride that we're all in. And yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support. Eyes open. Bye.